Very good morning to all our viewers out there. Welcome back to News9 Live. I'm Shriya Kundu back here with all the latest updates of the hour on all the top stories of the day from across the country and around the world. Well, before we get into the top stories, let's quickly take a look at the headlines doing the rounds this hour. Centre files affidavit in the Supreme Court denying mass malpractice in NEET UG exam. No NEET UG retest needed as per the centre and what it has said to the Supreme Court. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is to meet top economists for insights on budget. An update from Kathua, 50 have been detained after deadly terror attack takes place in the region. Rivers in spate, heavy rain warnings for parts of Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand. Nancy Pelosi, George Clooney raised doubts over Joe Biden's candidacy. Israeli military carries out raids in the West Bank region. NASA's Sunita Williams says that she's confident of safe return to Earth. England in the Euro finals after beating Netherlands 2-1. With that, let's dive right into the top story for this bulletin. Our focus continues to be on a horrific case that had come to light from the state of Maharashtra. More details emerge from the Mumbai hit-and-run case, wherein authorities have now recovered a bill of rupees 18,000 that mentions 12 large pegs of whiskey which were served to the accused, 24-year-old Mihir Shah, and his friends when they were at the tapas bar in Juhu. Now, reports have revealed that this quantity can keep one intoxicated for 8 hours. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is the particular question that was being raised as to how shall they determine whether Mihir had consumed alcohol that night or not, since 3 days had passed since the incident, after which he got arrested. Sources have suggested that Mihir and his friends left the bar at 1:30 a.m. on Sunday, and the mishap occurred around 5 a.m. within 4 hours of alleged intoxication. Mihir Shah, the main accused in the Mumbai BMW hit-and-run case, has been sent to police custody till July 16. Shah was arrested Tuesday evening after being on the run for over 72 hours. Now, Mihir Shah has since been admitted to being behind the wheels when it rammed a two-wheeler in the Worli region at 5:30 a.m. on Sunday. The crash resulted in the killing of a 45-year-old woman and injuring her husband. Mihir has denied reports that he was drunk. This is the claim that, in fact, ladies and gentlemen, might get refuted if indeed there is evidence from these bills that are now emerging of 18,000 with the fact that alcohol was indeed served to both Mihir and his friends. The police had sought maximum possible custody of Mihir Shah, arguing that he tried to destroy evidence after arrest by altering his appearance. Now, with that, let's cut across to our colleague Kiran Tar, who's joining us on this broadcast. Kiran, help us understand at this point, there seems to be fresh evidence that helps the story, that helps take the investigation be furthered in this particular incident, with the bill of 18,000 mentioning 12 large pegs of whiskey. Now, if we just were to do the math for our viewers out here, 12 large pegs of whiskey, if consumed by two of those friends, which is Mihir and one of his friends, 6 large pegs, 60 ml each, which would come out to a roughly of a 350 ml of sorts, basically half a bottle of alcohol having been consumed. That is what is being indicated and implied from this bill. Where does this take the case further?
Of course, yeah, there were three people, not two. Mihir
Okay.
plus two people. Mihir plus to his two friends, and these three people were served 12 pegs of large pegs of whiskey. That is what the excise department has said. And why they are saying this? Because there is a bill which clearly mentions that the whiskey was served. It's a hard liquor, and the excise department officials they are saying that one person can remain intoxicated for close to 8 to 9 hours after consuming so much of alcohol. And immediately after, not immediately, but within 4 hours, the accident took place. And what happened next, everybody knows that. But here again, the question remains, which we are discussing in since last couple of days, that how to prove that he was drunk or not, because the blood sample will not get any traces of the alcohol after 3 days when he was arrested. What is the another way to establish that he was intoxicated and he was served a liquor? Either there could be two things: someone, a waiter or some staffer from the bar, if he deposes in the court saying that he was served the liquor, and he was a witness that Mihir actually consumed the liquor, then that could be an eyewitness evidence, number one. Second, if there are any CCTV footages available within the bar, then that could be that could have been another evidence. But here, there is another twist. The portion of the bar has been raised, has been demolished, because the excise department is saying that they serve liquor to the people uh, who are not of age of 25. The rule says liquor cannot be served to a person who is under 25, and Mihir is 24. So this is the thing excise department is saying, and they have taken an action. But have they destroyed the CCTV cameras as well? We are not sure about this in this moment, but it could be a crucial evidence if the CCTV camera inside the bar have captured Mihir and his friends consuming the alcohol. Let me remind the viewers that the similar kind of evidence was available in the Pune Porsche case, where the CCTV footage inside the bar showed the minor consuming alcohol, and that was admissible. Under the new law, that is clearly an evidence, as a very crucial piece of evidence, but we are not yet sure whether the bar had a CCTV cameras and whether the CCTV cameras are intact or they have been destroyed in this demolition action. That is number one. Now the main question remains: what happens to Mihir Shah? Mihir Shah has admitted to the police in his statement that he was driving the car at the time of the first mishap, when his car hit the couple from behind. And the second thing now has come about: the bar owner, he had said it on record to the police that Mihir Shah had consumed Red Bull, not the alcohol. So, how to establish these things in the court, and how to establish that Mir Shah and his friends were drunk, will be a big challenge before the prosecution. Because if the blood sample doesn't find any traces, and I'm sure they will not find any trace in his blood samples, then how to establish these things? That could be the biggest challenge, because that could be a turning point in this case as well. Earlier, it looks to be a uh, very case of hit and run, but now a drunken driving section will also be added to the charges, and that amounts to a very serious charge. Drunk and drive, hit and run, plus a murder, a blatant murder, knowingly that the woman was ran over. And since we are saying this about again and again, and the police are also saying the same thing, that they had ran over the woman, it is a possibility that he, under the influence of the substance, he could not realize what he was doing, or it was under the influence of the substance. It was a deliberate act to destroy the evidence, to kill the woman. These are the two possibilities. Of course, it again depends upon the prosecution how it presents the case before the court.
Kiran, at this point, in fact, I have two questions to you with regards to what's come to the fore till now. Number one, this bill that mentions, the 18,000 bill that mentions 12 large bags of whiskey were served. Will that not be evidence enough of the fact that it was served to these three people itself, which was one of which being Mihir and the other two being his friends? And the second, the demolition, in fact, if you look at it, it was quite a hasty demolition of this particular bar that we are talking about. If indeed there were CCTV footages, are you saying there is a chance that the CCTV footages might not even have, you know, been kept, like been recorded, and a record of it having been kept, and it might have actually have gotten demolished in the particular bulldozer action that was taken? And if that's so, then that's destruction of evidence, is it not?
Of course, of course. I have the same doubt. I have a doubt whether the CCTV cameras, whether the footage, whether the storages, they are kept intact or not. Because CCTV cameras are mandatory in almost every commercial establishment. And I'm sure that there must be CCTV cameras. Whether now the question will arise whether this demolition drive was genuine or was it intentionally done to destroy the evidence? That could be another question. I am just raising a doubt. I don't have any concrete information on that. But as a journalist, we should look at a story from 360-degree angle, and this could be one of the angles to the story. The bill clearly mentions that the liquor was served, 12 pegs of whiskey was served, but it has to be established in the court of the law that indeed the three people had consumed the alcohol. And how to establish that? Either there should be a traces of alcohol in their blood, or there should be an eyewitness who is saying that yes, I saw them drinking the liquor, and either there could be electronic evidence like the CCTV footage. As of now, the blood traces, we don't know whether it is there or not. The blood samples were taken yesterday. The results are not yet out. We don't know whether there is any eyewitness. Police have not informed the court that there is any eyewitness, or there could be someone, some other customers or some other staff of the bar. No one has come forward. The bar owner has said that it was a Red Bull energy drink. It was not liquor. So that has to be also questioned, and the bar owner will be scrutinized for this statement as well. So these kind of pieces, these kind of evidences will be gathered, and if there is not a political pressure, then the police will do it authentically and genuinely. But if there is a pressure to give an escape way, then we can have wild theories going on and wild guesses going on all over the state.
Right, Kiran, absolutely. And as you very rightly mentioned, there are quite a few pertinent questions that come to one's mind when these details are now coming to the fore with regards to this case. We'll keep on updating our viewers with regards to all that's happening in this particular case. Thank you for bringing us all the latest in it.